My name is Drupali and you are watching Investor Shoppy Consultancy. The primary reason of making a video like this is because we had a whole lot of queries come pouring in, all to do with COVID and insurance policies, both health and life. We thought a video like this on a larger platform might help address these prevailing concerns in times like these, so here we are. I have with me the co-founder director of Investor Shoppy Consultancy, Mrs. Jaya Nagarmat. She has over 20 years of experience in the field of mutual funds and insurance alike. She's also my mother-in-law, so it was very easy for me to ask her to do this. Ma, say hi.
Hi.
I've compiled a list of queries that have come in. The most pertinent of the lot have been these. The one thing that everybody wants to know is COVID covered under regular healthcare policies?
Yes, it is. IRDA, that's the insurance regulatory body, has taken immediate measures to include it in your existing policies. So insurers, the insurance companies nowadays are mandated to cover both your hospitalization as well as quarantine expenses on your existing health insurance policies.
Right. So if somebody has a good Mediclaim policy, they don't really have to worry.
No, they don't have to.
Okay, but that is to do with healthcare, right? If you talk a little on life insurance policies, is death by COVID being covered under term covers or life insurance policies?
So life insurance policies cover any kind of death, whether it is natural death, death by accident, death by COVID. In fact, even death by suicide is covered post a year. So
no worries there either. Okay. I know this is your pet question and I'm still going to ask anyway. Is there a right age to pick up an insurance policy?
I think the earlier the better. In fact, the saying goes as you should always buy insurance when you don't need it, because when you actually need it, you may not get it.
Okay.
So there are two reasons for you to buy it as early as possible. One is that with the high stress lives that we lead, with the irregular eating, sleeping habits that we have, all lifestyle diseases creep in, your hypertension, diabetes, obesity, all these guys. So, but when these creep in, either you don't get insurance, or if you do, then it has waiting time, it has higher premiums, which are then again you're paying for a lifetime. So it's always good to buy it when you're healthy. Two is a lot of people think when I'm young and I'm not going to claim, why would I unnecessarily spend?
Right.
But assuming that the person has not claimed for, let's say, 25, 30, 40 years, one claim maybe at the age of 65, 70, 75, you would have probably recovered every rupee that you would have paid over the
that
past years.
Time. Okay.
So all the more reason for
you to pick up a premium policy sooner, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this question comes in very frequently, especially while talking about a financial plan. If one is already insured by one's company, is it still necessary to avail a personal Mediclaim policy? That's just an additional cost, no?
Not really, if you look at it from the right angle.
Okay.
So yes, when you're working and you have a company policy, it's very, very advisable to pick up one on your own. Again, there are a couple of reasons for it. The first and most important reason is because you have cover, you kind of ignore the fact until you actually retire. Once you retire, insurance companies don't give it to you anymore. So in fact, post 50, it's difficult to get one. So whilst you're at work, whilst you're young, healthy, you should pick up one.
Okay.
Two is the government gives you 100% tax exemption on it. So at the end of the day, you're paying only 70-75% of the cost. So it's all the more reason to buy one. Three is, like you mentioned, the cost part. It's not really a cost, because if you have not claimed from your personal one, only claimed from your company policy, over years your no claim bonus gets accumulated. So at the end, when you're actually going to need it for those critical 15-20 years post retirement, you've got a higher risk cover with a much lower premium associated with it.
Very smart. But especially in times like these, when it's actually so hard for people to even meet ends, does it still make sense for this guy to go out and still pay his premiums? Because
it definitely makes sense, because see, again, there are two very important facts that we kind of ignore. One is that when changing jobs, okay, so your earlier company gave it, but your next company may not have given it to you. And due to some overlooking factor, you have when you need it most, because a health contingency can actually take away all your savings. When you need it most, it's not there. So that is one reason why you should. Second reason is with times pertaining to today. So health is at a major risk today.
True.
So if you don't have a job, you got laid off, and you don't have health insurance, and you've got caught in the COVID circle, then only
You
God can
really
help.
had it. Oh. When you say it like that, it hits like a wall of bricks. The final question is, does it make sense to go in for a separate COVID policy right now? Because clearly it looks like we're going to be living with Corona for a good while now.
Okay, so there's a little bit of a difference between an existing health insurance policy and the COVID insurance policies that are coming today. Your existing health insurance policies will cover hospitalization and other expenses, so that's taken care of. If you're looking at something beyond that, which is your standalone policies, these are called defined benefit policies, which give you that lump sum amount over and above your hospitalization expenses.
Okay.
So it really depends on what somebody is looking at. If you really want something like that, you can go for it. But otherwise, your existing health insurance policy is absolutely good to go.
Right. Well, there you have it, folks. If you have any further queries, all to do with the world of personal finance, be it insurance, mutual funds, anything, please leave us a comment on YouTube, on Facebook, write to us via mail, on our WhatsApp number. We'll be very, very happy to address all of them. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
There'll be a lot more coming your way. And like, share and subscribe. Please share this video, because in times like these, you really don't know who you could be helping out by just a click of a button. You should tell them as well.
Like, share and subscribe.